Drink my water real quick.
He thirsty.
Thirsty. Once again, happy birthday to the missus. Happy birthday to my wife.
Hey, happy birthday to Terry.
I didn't get no birthday cake, but it's all good. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Back with another one. Here for YouTube, here for the Glow Yard Gang, here for the podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cap and Crown. Y'all already know how we do over here, man. Y'all see the little symbol in the middle of the screen. We talk all things NBA related. We definitely appreciate y'all, man, joining us again for another episode. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, y'all. You'll already know. If you guys are into NBA content, no matter what team you root for, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Join us here, like I said, every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday morning. We have all type of NBA topics, man, that we have here on the show. Be much appreciated, man, if y'all chime in. Let us know y'all's opinions on all these different topics that we bring up. We try to make this more into a community of NBA fans, not just of a particular team, but for all teams, all fans of all teams.
Amen.
So do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Everybody also, too, hit them likes. All right, we can definitely use your help with them likes tonight as we continue to build the algorithm. We appreciate y'all on that last show, man. We got a few extra subscribers from the last episode we had, man. We appreciate y'all. Like I said, hit that subscribe, hit them likes for us, man. That'd be much appreciated. Also, if you have any questions, any comments, joining, addressing any of the topics that we have on the show, simply just with the CNC in front of your question or your comment. We ask you to be respectful in the comment section, of course. Add CNC in front of your question or your comment to any of the topics that we bring up, man, and we'll address those here at the end of the show.
Or anything NBA related.
Yeah, anything NBA related, man. Because we said before, we don't have knowledge of every single, intricate part of every team. A lot of y'all are fans of teams. Y'all know a whole lot more about your teams than we do, So, we're still learning as we go too. We watch the games now. I know it's a lot of them we got to watch at a one time here. You know what I'm saying? So, there's some things we probably miss. We definitely use y'all help, man, to kind of help with that, man. Like I said, get these conversations and stuff going with us, man. So that's what we're here for. All right, King. Got a good one today, man. Got your favorite small forward out here breaking records. You said you love ESPN. You got an ESPN tattoo across your back. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Check it out, man. Let's go ahead and get to the first thing here, man. Like I said, man, Kevin Durant, man. We talked about him before. Houston Rockets, they lost again tonight, of course, in dramatic fashion tonight. But one guy on that team, Kevin Durant, he broke a record, King. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of I was told.
I was told.
I was told.
I was told. I was told.
Oh, check it out, King. It's pretty interesting right here, bro. So, Essential Sports posted this. Of course, KD passes Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list, right? KD is now at 32,294 points. Jordan's at 32,292 points. So they highlighted the shots. This is what I heard a lot of people talking about was the shots. KD took a total of 22,360 shots to get his 32,000 points, but Jordan took 24,537 shots to get his. So you see down here at the bottom, the math MJ fans don't want you to see.
Yeah.
King. That's why I like doing this show, man. Because, you get stuff like this. I think you talked about on the last show. People steady disrespecting the GOAT. So we're going to have to drop some facts here, King, because people like to play games and pick and choose and select certain things. So, yes, KD, he took less shots to get his. He did. Can I show you some interesting facts here real quick, King?
Please do, bro.
So listen. So Michael Jordan, as you know, played 15 seasons in the league, right?
Yes.
Let's look at some numbers here, and let's get back. I'm gonna get your thoughts on this. So check this out, King. Oh, my fault. That's not that one. Let's just look at this one first. So Michael Jordan missed approximately, King, 4.5 to 5 years within his NBA career. Okay, think about that. 4.5 to 5 years, King. That's like Paolo's whole entire career right there.
Mm-hmm.
So far, that's what he missed. So he missed approximately 4.5 to 5 years of NBA action during his total 15-season career, resulting in 2 separate retirements prior and a major injury. Of course, we talked about that before when he had the Jordan 2s on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not going to bring that up, King. Leave him alone. Check this out. Here is the breakdown of the times missed, King. So in 85-86, Jordan missed 64 games due to a broken foot. Remember this? He came back toward the end of the season to help the Bulls get to the playoffs, and of course, they played Bird and them in the first round. That was the infamous God and sneaker comment by Larry Bird. Shout out to Larry Bird.
They also, to add on to that one, they had Jordan, as you saw in The Last Dance, playing load management to protect himself, they were saying, because they didn't want him to play more games. So he only averaged like 22 points a game or something like that season in the limited games.
And he got mad about that because he wanted to play regular minutes.
Yes.
Jordan hated load management. He wanted to play. First retirement back in 93 to 95. He missed nearly 2 full seasons, retired from October 93 to March of 95 to play baseball following his father's death. Second retirement was 99 to 2001. He missed 3 full seasons, 99, 2000, 2001, before returning to play for the Washington Wizards. So check this out, King. While Jordan played 15 seasons in the NBA, his quote-unquote lost years due to retirement and serious injury totaled about 4.5 full seasons, plus another 22 games missed in 2001, 2002 due to a knee injury. Of course, that's around the time when he was draining this man's knees, and he was still getting you, 82 games or whatever. So yeah. Not only do these numbers kind of wow you, King, to the point that you think to yourself, man, what he could have did if he'd have played those 5 years. You know who else kind of had an interesting opinion on that?
Kevin Durant.
What'd you say? Talking about the guy who broke the record?
MJ is just bigger than the game. I mean, no matter who passes him in stats or who wins more, or it's gonna be hard to win.
Yeah,
go 6-0. But even if you were to pass him in anything, just his impact on the sport and just culture in general is just too big. Like you said, he hovers above the sport from what he produced on the court, but also his personality is, like they say, his aura is just too hard to get away from. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from dominance on the floor. Like I've been saying, I said this in a few interviews, he also broke his foot 1 year, retired for a year. After the second three-peat, still could have, I think he was, 36? 30?
And he came back midway through the year after his retirement.
Yeah, I think he sat out for 3 more years and played again when he was 38. So I think he can say he missed some games too if he'd have been higher too. But like I said, it's bigger than the stats with MJ. And I don't think he has an equal in any industry.
Well, that's what.
Interesting. So take away from that, King.
I don't know how I feel about KD on that last little video you had, because KD goes back and forth on this. Pause. I've heard KD, discredit the old timers and the Jordans and all of them before to try to uplift himself. But then I feel like this is kind of, and I know it's gonna be weird to say, I feel like this kind of a shot at Bron, because KD, he can't get higher than LeBron. So it's like raise up MJ and all that stuff for him. But that's just me going, deep into the situation. We don't got to go there. But yeah, bro, MJ is MJ. KD shoots threes as well. MJ didn't shoot threes. KD technically, I think, is more efficient than Michael Jordan. That's fine. Still not a better scorer. Don't score higher volumes. And we don't got to go into the other stuff. I don't even know why MJ was brung into this conversation. Like, why are we doing this now? Obviously, guys are playing longer now into their careers. If MJ would have known that, I told you, MJ would have played more seasons. If he knew people would have played like 20 years and all that stuff on the regular and been doing that, he'd have played more seasons and did more if that was the situation. And that's what you guys would have held the standard as. But yeah, bro, it's shout out to KD. He got past him. I mean, I don't think he's the last guy that's going to get past him, and I don't think he's the last guy that's going to get past him that isn't better than him. So there's a lot of guys past him that aren't better than him all of them. But you feel me? Like all of them that's past him aren't better than him. I mean, Karl Malone was past him. Hell, what are we talking about here? So it is what it is. But shout out to KD for getting this scoring record, whatever, going up the list. He has a great shot of getting like number 2. I know that's probably his goal. And yeah, but MJ shouldn't have been involved at all, bro.
Yeah, they brought him up because he's gonna pass him up, which is fine. My grab is not with KD. My grab is with folks like this Essential Sports. I don't know if you've seen Nate's site before on Instagram or whatever, but good. Save yourself. Yeah, I'm like, bro, really? We gotta stop doing this, bro. It's like, okay, that's fine. Does that mean KD's better than Jordan now?
Yeah, like what
is that
what are you
what
showing?
you're trying to say?
Yeah, like what are you, the math that MJ fans don't want to see? I'm like, what?
But you know what's funny, King? When they do stuff like this, I guess they be thinking like it's gonna like change our mind all of a sudden. Oh, damn, like this whole time I thought he was the GOAT, and this showed me. My bad, you right. He's not the GOAT. What was I thinking?
That just makes the player. That's the stat right here. Like this is the one we got to look at to say, damn, bro. You know what? Total points and field goal attempts show you who the greatest player of all time is. That's it, bro.
Hold on, King. This right here erases all the championships and all the scoring titles and all the defensive stats and the defensive player of the year, all that, man. It's the steals leader and all that, you know, the MVPs, the final MVP. It erases all that. Those field goals. God dang, what was I thinking?
Field goal attempts, bro. That's what it did, bro.
Let me take my jersey down real quick. I'll be right back, bro.
You need the KD one, bro. KD 7. How long that's gonna last?
Bro, we gotta stop this, man. But you know what? Like I said, congratulations to KD, man.
Yeah.
This also right here has shown. You know what's funny, bro? This right here also shows me. Remember when Jordan made the comments with Mike Tirico that he's comfortable where he's comfortable, he's good.
Yep.
This is. I think this is. I don't think he was just saying that for his own benefit. Just kind of said in an interview with Mike. I think he was trying to. Guess you can call it a little shot. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give a little verbal to somebody like, yo, you see all these folks trying to push these certain narratives or whatever. And like you said, you think KD said some stuff about a month or two ago or whatever about Michael Jordan and all that, you know, took a little shot. When have you ever heard Michael Jordan take shots at anybody? Other than Isaiah Thomas.
Bro.
But other than that, but I'm talking about to take shots to boost himself up in a certain light. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he doesn't need to, but you didn't know this years ago that this day was gonna happen. You didn't, you weren't like, man, KD, damn, 10 years ago, I kind of thought this day would happen. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no, what are we doing here? I think Giannis is going to pass Michael Jordan at some point if he can stay healthy enough. You feel me? I think Luka Doncic, you feel in the league right now, the way he's scoring, he played long enough, he should pass Michael Jordan. He averaged like 33 and all. He about to average about the same amount of points Jordan did in his career if he can get up there to 30. So it's going to be guys that do this. Like I said before, Karl Malone had more points than Jordan as far as a career. Who thinks Karl Malone is better than Jordan? Got you. Okay. One. There's one. There's always one, bro. There's always one.
Utah fans.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, I
want
to ask a Utah fan for real. Like, bro, you think Karl Malone better than Jordan? He got more points. I said, do you think he's better than Jordan?
You know what? They may actually, sorry for the shot, they may actually believe that because it's going to remind me of Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. So that right there with the Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, like, oh man, who got the record though and all that? Like, come on, man. Come on, I'm tell you, bro.
I was a Cowboy fan, and even while being a Cowboy fan, I was telling folks I thought Barry Sanders always been my favorite running back of all time.
And that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that dude was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, running back wise. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never, and I always knew he never had an offensive line, and I was like, what in God's name am I looking at? He started 5 years back and still getting you 15,000 yards or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He's towards the top of the list, and I believe he got the most yards lost of all time. Like as far as I believe he does. I believe he has the most yards lost, and he still is. at the top of the list as far as all-time yards and all. Like
If he didn't retire early, would have been #1 rusher of all time.
Absolutely. Emmitt Smith would have had no chance. Those years in Arizona and all that stuff he pushing, Barry would have already been done, bro, with a couple more years. Probably like 2 more years he'd have had it. Real talk. Barry left still being able to get like a 2,000-yard season if he wanted to.
Yeah, remember he left with like 1,000 left. Y'all didn't need like 1,000 some change.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying Barry left still possibly made him to get a 2,000-yard season though. The way the NFL was changing and all.
Well,
so
yeah.
like Barry Sanders.
No, I was saying.
I think he left for like 15, 16. Yeah, I know. He was only he left and everybody thought he was gonna get the record. And he just said, "No, I'm gone." It's like, damn, Barry.
He left. Remember, he left in 2000.
Yeah, he played what 9 years or something like that. I think it was 9.
Emmitt broke the record in 2003.
Yeah, with Arizona, right?
No, he did it with Dallas.
You're right. He did do it before he went to Arizona.
Yeah,
right.
I remember
Arizona getting the ball and all, stopping the game and all that. You're right.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah,
I think it was 2003. So the point I was making was that means Barry would have surpassed it, right? And because he only like 1,000 something off. Remember, Emmitt broke it at 16 something. He stopped at 15 something. So
yeah.
But anyway, talking about football. But
yeah, I know. But what's the name would have been like LeBron as far as Barry, and then Emmitt would have been like KD coming up behind him and having to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have the rest for #2 somewhere or something like that if I can get there.
Oh, 2002. Well, I can't remember, but yeah. But I knew it was one of the early 2000s.
But it's folks though. The whole point is that it's folks in Dallas though that try to argue that Emmitt Smith is better than Barry Sanders. So I'm saying there may be some people in Utah that try to argue that Karl Malone was better than Michael Jordan.
Why he got that one MVP they shouldn't have got?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You say poisoning people with pizza and all that type of stuff. I got you. I hear you. I heard you, King. Dang, y'all be yelling at me, bro. I heard you. Jeez.
Shout out to KD, though, bro. Shout out to KD.
Yeah, shout out to. Yeah, listen, this is not no shot at KD. I'm sorry. I don't want nobody to think we taking shots at KD. Congratulations to KD, for real. Congratulations to KD. This had nothing to do with KD. This has everything to do with a lot of people who are trying to like King always talks about, people are trying to knock down one and build up the other. It's like, do you really want to do that?
And they rage bait. Like you said, MJ should have never been that last part. Well, this whole KD versus MJ stuff. KD passes MJ. Great. It is what it is. Like that's a moment. You feel me? Like I passed MJ. That's probably my hero and all that stuff. That then you get to that KD versus MJ part, and that the math you don't want to hear. That's where it becomes, what are we doing? Because then that's really a rage bait, and it's really making you like downgrade KD in a way, or like because what you're going to do when you see that is break down truths. You feel me? And be like,
when you break down truth, what that mean? Somebody else get exposed.
Yeah, somebody gotta. You just tell the truth, bro, and it is what it is.
Gotta apologize, KD. I'm sorry, KD. Before I do this, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. That's why I'm like, it shouldn't even be that. MJ shouldn't have been involved, bro. Shout out to KD.
But yeah, man, what was that topic brought to you by King?
Man, shout out to them people over there at Fanatics. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get to the next topic here, King. But before we do, man, let's go ahead and show a quick love to the merch, man. Yes, sir. Listen, y'all. We now have merch for the channel. As you can see with me and King shirts, I got the NBA 2K themed Kappa Crown shirt. And of course, King has the Baltimore themed Kappa Crown logo shirt. You guys can scroll on down to the description box below. Click on that link down in the description box that takes you straight to the site with all the merch on it, y'all. Or right here up under us, I think we have some merch up under this video. Or you can go to our page and scroll over to the store tab and click on that too. But we do recommend that you actually go to the site. That way you get more options on the site. So with all that being said, y'all go ahead and scroll on down to the description box. Click on that link, man, and get your shop on. All right, King, we got to get to this next one here, man. The media is out here wilding and dialing, profiling and all them good things. Kind of got you thinking, King, that they might need to pause. You know, we've been talking about the media here, man, over the last 80 years, you know what I'm saying, as far as the national media covering well, sports in general. But so we talk about the NBA. We're going to talk about the national media talking about the NBA, how they cover it. We talk about, you know, certain people that are, I can't say oblivious because they have the resources to give insightful information to the people, but they just refuse to do it. You know, they value engagement over, you know, saying insight, and we're starting to get more and more of that. A lot of other entities are starting to copy off of ESPN. You know what I'm saying? You got your Fox Sports, you got your Sports Illustrateds and all them good things, to the point it might bleed over to certain people over in YouTube. You know what I mean? So we're starting to get a lot of that, man. And, you know, we kind of wondering why that is and when it changed. But let's go ahead and break this down, King. Here's some little tidbits, man, on how the media is carrying itself when it comes to covering these sports, NBA in particular. So check it out. National NBA media is heavily pushing narratives, King, centered on high engagement, quote unquote, superstar storylines and all-time debates to boost viewership and social media interaction. Key trends include amplifying Lakers-centric news, centered third LeBron versus Jordan style debates, and focusing on major market dramas over smaller market team success. It's crazy. It sounds so familiar. So check this out. Market focus. The media often focuses on the larger markets to determine if smaller, consistently successful organizations like the Miami Heat. It might be a small market.
I didn't think so.
I would say probably like an OKC or something like that, or maybe Indiana or somebody. But check this out. Negative discourse. There is a noted trend of overwhelming negativity in national coverage, which some feel is hurting the perception of the game. God dang, it sounds familiar. Who's been saying this on this show? I just don't remember who said this. This is wild. But check this out, King. The new media response. Players are increasingly bypassing traditional media, using podcasts and streams to challenge their narratives and share their own stories. A la Draymond Green. All-time hype. Commentators are accused of excessive hyperbole, frequently declaring current performances as the best ever to make regular season games feel historic. Dang, is that true?
Yeah, that's hyperbole.
Oh, hyperbole, sorry. But is that true though?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what like Mike Breen, you know what he's talking about? Like when he say bang and all that?
Basically.
That's crazy. But manufacturing controversy, critics argue that national shows like First Take prioritize hot takes and spicy narratives over actual analysts, sometimes using fake narratives to drive engagement. I mean, I just said that a minute ago, but yes.
Yep.
But what you think, King? What was I about to ask you? I don't remember, but yeah, what you think?
I mean, this is true. I feel like media, more of the media. We could talk about the NBA media, keep it there, but because it had Chris Collinsworth down there, you know, I'm like, Chris Collinsworth, what the hell?
My pops cannot stand Chris Collinsworth, bro.
But he's your possible receiver back in the day. But he gonna be mad at me. I'm sorry, pops, man. Don't get mad at me.
Hey, shout Cincinnati.
I appreciate you for the hookup and all, but yeah, bro. I mean, I feel like media is more about itself now or about themselves than it is about what they're actually supposed to be covering, man. It's like they forget who the stars of the show is or are, I should say. It's like the Jerry Krause situation and all.
I remember I was about to ask you, King. Do you
So,
think that the Peacock and Amazon coverage is lost its luster? We're kind of going back to the ESPNs of the world.
no.
You don't think so? Okay, I was wondering.
Mm-mm. I think it's added to it.
I don't see as much. I don't see as much of that out there as we did. You know what I'm saying? Beginning, I'm like, yo, we constantly getting this content or whatever. From you
Yeah.
guys. You know what I mean?
I'm not getting a bunch of ESPN either, though. I get a bunch of just random stuff of people, taking shots and stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's the same. I feel like they are impacting. Like viewership is up, and it ain't just ESPN. You feel me?
Right.
I don't know if ESPN viewership is up. You feel me? So
Mm.
somebody watching it somewhere, and it ain't just ESPN. So with that being said, like I said, I think all these guys are in it for themselves. Like Stephen A. Smith covers the sport of the NBA to get Stephen A. Smith somewhere. Well, yeah, quote unquote. But to get Stephen A. Smith somewhere. He's not covering it for the love of the game. This dude don't love the game. Kendrick Perkins don't love the game no more. He's already retired and done. He want to have battles with people. He's trying to be like Stephen A. Smith now.
Hmm.
You know about Skip Bayless. Same thing with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp got a whole show about gossip and all that stuff. That's what Shannon Sharp want to be. There's no knock on none of these people. It's just not the game. We talk about it all the time. It all changed when, rest in peace, when Stuart Scott passed, bro. The idea of what sports show was, or what I say it all the time. I used to come home from school and turn my TV to ESPN just to see like what happened in the game and all, and then have to watch through again just in case I missed it. Like it would be on the same channel and just run it through Sports Center over and over again because there was no DVR back then and all that. So you missed it, you had to wait till the next time they showed and all that, and then to wait the next day after after the Mavericks had won or something like that to see if they actually said something about Dirk and all his performance and all. Like he actually had a killer performance. Let me see what they're going to say and all. So, I mean, that's when the game actually felt like something. Now it's about knowing these people. I mean, we learned about a lot of these people on ESPN because of their time at ESPN, because they were there so long. You learn about them, like the Hannah Storms and all of them back in the day. It wasn't really about them though. Like they became respected because they stayed around so long covering the game. It's like your local reporter for your news or something like that you learn their name because they've been around so long. It's like, okay, they cool and all. Now these people actually want to make a name. They want to make tens of millions of dollars and all that stuff, being on debate shows, getting a podcast, getting this and this. And I'm not mad at them for doing that, but I'm mad at them for bringing it to the game. And it's a gift and a curse, bro. It started with your boy with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, really, and them doing that cold pizza. It took off, and that's really changed the game from then. And that's why that guy at the top left has that little smirky smile on his face. But it is what it is, bro. I don't know if it'll change. We gotta just stop feeding into it. But it's entertaining to folks. It may not be entertaining to us, but it's entertaining to somebody. And as long as it is, we're gonna have it.
Hey, it's fine. It could be entertaining. But what I need you to do is put a little disclaimer on the front of your video. Like for entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? So people won't be like, oh, yeah.
But these are professionals. They played the game. Look at all these people on the screen that played the game.
Yeah, Nick Wright played.
Half of them didn't, but
Skip,
Colin, Shaq.
We know Stephen A. played.
Shannon, Kendrick, and Candace. Though that's a lot of players on the screen. Though it ain't.
So I'm trying to make sure I'm getting this right. You saying that let the people who play the game talk about the game?
That's what they tell us. Shout out to Johnny B.
Shout out to the new media, bro. New media. I hate that term too because you are the newer version of the media that's going on right now. Ain't nothing changed. Only difference is you played the game compared to them people who aren't, like the Stephen A's of the world, right? The Skip Baylesses of the world. They just be loud just for attention or whatever. You doing the same thing. You just played the game. That's it. Which you would, and then I guess they use that as a reason to do what they do. They like, yo, I played in the game, so they gonna listen to me because I was part of that game. Like, oh, okay, whatever he's saying, gotta be right. He's part of it. And it's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like we were just sitting there talking about Eddie Johnson on the last show.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, bro? That what we doing? You just spewing nonsense, and you was in the trenches with these folks, which is crazy to me. That's why I said like when they say stuff like that, bro. That's when I kind of be like, yo, are you really you know, this is really how you feel or what you think or whatever, or you just doing this just to collect a check, bro, to be relevant. And if I say enough crazy stuff, I'm gonna be one of them national guys like the Stephen A. and the Kendrick Perkinses of the world.
Yeah.
But don't nobody respect them people's opinion. They listen to them as to see what kind of stupid stuff they finna say next. Nobody sit there and say, man, I can't wait to hear what Kendrick Perkins got to say about this game. See if he break it down. No, we're not doing that.
Nobody that actually loves the game is listening to them. Somebody that just hears.
Just hear and casually watch it.
Do you don't watch hockey like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear ESPN talking about hockey, you don't know if they're talking BS or they're talking the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So as the casual, hey, that's a hockey such and such and such, they get their knowledge from ESPN still. That's why I hate this. It's about shows like ours, bro. Shows like ours and all taking over the media, hopefully at some point, and then that would make ABC, ESPN, Disney, all them places want to get into some type of partnership with shows like ours, or not even just ours, but other places and all. But and hopefully these places have integrity to keep their show the same, where they can just talk about it and still be entertaining and all that type of stuff, bro. That's what it's going to take. Something has to overcome something else until something like hoping that overtakes this. Now it's going to punch. I don't know. ESPN going to punch back at some point. I don't know how or what they're going to do, but they're eventually going to punch back. So, like I said, we'll see where it goes. But I would rather be shows like this with folks of their own teams and all, like have different. Back in the day we had a Texas network and all that, ESPN Texas and all that type of stuff. That's what you need.
Oh yeah, ESPN Dallas, ESPN
or Dallas, whatever.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you need more stations, more representations for all places. That way you don't have to make them. Don't gotta be small markets. Everybody got their own places. You can see.
Remember that was also part of the cuts. Can you remember that?
Yeah,
that's part of the cuts when they started cutting all the knowledgeable people or whatever and started having these clowns like Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. on there. Yep. That's the direction they decided to turn to. Listen, you said it though, man. It's gonna really take people stop watching them for people, you know what I'm saying, for them to hit their pockets. You hit their pockets, that's how you learn. My thing is I'm wondering what is it going to take for like an Amazon Prime, you know what I'm saying, to completely take over to where it's like, yo, they're the definitive voice of what is out, what's real and what's not. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm proud of a guy like John Wall. I don't know if you ever heard John Wall recently kind of talk about the game, bro. This dude is like a walking encyclopedia, bro.
Yeah, John Wall smart as hell about the basketball,
bro. Like, and and it's crazy. I never knew John Wall was a student of the game like that. I'm not saying I didn't think he would be. I'm just saying like I didn't know him that much because a lot of these cats nowadays, they aren't students of the game. You know what I'm saying? They're only going by their experiences or whatever, right? They don't really just know the surrounding things of the game. Like I said, like I was talking about before. That's why Kobe's one of my favorite players, bro, because of the fact that this dude was a student of the game, taking pieces from other players before him and players he played with during. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I liked about him, bro. So when he starts talking about the game, I just listen to how knowledgeable he is because he's not taking it from just his perspective. You know what I'm saying? Or he's not throwing his bias in anything. These are things that he's learned from a lot of people that he's actually sat and talked with or studied or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It gives you more
looking at film.
Does it give you more like a respect for his game when he did play?
Yes.
And now knowing what he did and all that stuff and like how he read the game and all, like, damn, all right, John Wall, I see what you're doing. But yeah, I knew since John Wall was on NBA, what was that? NBA TV, he started doing first. And I was like, yeah, John Wall, he had him calling the game. He was just straight calling the game like a basketball game, like damn near a coach. You feel me out there talking? And I'm like, okay, John Wall, I see you. Okay.
But guess what? John Wall not gonna be out there like that. He's not gonna be he's not gonna be like the out in the front like a Kendrick.
That's not his personality.
Well, that's not even that. Let John Wall say some crazy stuff, and I bet you he'll be out in the forefront. He'll be Gilbert Arenas. He'll be Kendrick Perkins and all them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have. That's why I said before we gotta find some entertainment. You gotta find a line. That's what rest in peace to Stuart Scott again. It was the line of entertainment with, You had the goofy commercials and all that, bro. That we were known for all that stuff back in the day. Like they would still, it would still be funny. It still was entertainment, but you still went there as like news. ESPN was like was more. It wasn't considered entertainment to me like it is now. It was considered news. If it was just
like
sports
you said,
news, it was like
commercials were the entertainment.
yeah, it was like seeing the it was like getting the newspaper or whatever, like you said, like you got from your dad and all that stuff. You wanted to see the newspaper on the screen, and it's like that's what ESPN was about, sitting there and reading you the newspaper out loud, and you can see it. Now, like you said, it's just entertainment shows. They don't even. It's not even just about just giving the news and how people would feel and keeping a non-biased opinion. It shouldn't be an opinion. It should be you just being like a reporter reporting on something. There's no opinion to be had. Now everybody wants to have an opinion, and that's where it hurts. That's why you, like I said, you got to find somebody that wants to. Amazon is a great medium because they talk about the game, but they don't make it personal. They still make entertainment with like Dirk and Blake Griffin. They be doing some entertainment things on there, even Taylor Rooks and all that stuff. Steve Nash. So they got that just has to grow some more. We just got to watch that more and not get away from it. The thing is, that's not on free TV or not on cable TV either. Like that's the one you got to buy an app for. You feel me? So yeah.
This is the thing though, King. I don't think it's too much of like their knowledge and pushing certain things. It's their opinions. Like when you say like don't be opinionated, just give the news. I think what it is, whatever their opinion is what they're going to talk about. It's not like, okay, let's talk about for example, Indiana is on a 5-game win streak or whatever, right? No, let's talk about. I feel like the Lakers aren't good enough to win a championship. Let's hone in on that. Or, hey, man, New York need a better coach. Just hone in on that. Like, they want to talk about stuff like that. So, whatever their report is, they're basing off their opinion and their bias or whatever. It's not like, okay, let's talk about this overall story that's affecting, that's major in the league right now. No, let me find something that's on my mind or whatever that I don't feel like should be on, the forefront. Like I said, the Lakers or something. Like, they should be top 3, blah, 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 blah.
Which one of these dudes are journalists still?
According to your boy Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. Which one of these dudes going out and about and writing stories and all that stuff? What's going on?
That's why whenever he was like, he act like he had some kind of source, bro. Who was talking to you, Stephen A?
Okay,
first of all, who was talking to you?
So as I'm saying, none of them doing that anymore. So why do we need their opinion? Again, when you got Stuart Scott's in them, they would pass it on to ESPN Dallas. Hey, you're the reporter. Hey, what is it? Dave McMillan? What's his name? McMenamin. That's his name. Yeah. Dave McMenamin for like LA and all right now. Which you got? What's his name at night? Scott Van Pelt. He talking about a team. Hey, let's go talk to Dave McMenamin or whatever. You feel me? Let's find out from him. He's the reporter over there. If I have these questions, I'll ask you. You're the one that can give me the knowledge because you're right there beside them. You can tell me what exactly is going on. These guys don't do that.
No.
How do you have that much opinion? You don't go chill with these guys. So why are you giving your opinion?
Did you talk to anybody?
They're just giving their opinion and they get votes and all that. For what?
But listen, I don't mind you giving your opinion. We give our opinions. The only thing I don't like is you make it seem like your opinion is a fact. That's what I don't like. That's like, and you don't have any basis for the facts. You just like,
I don't think they should be giving their opinion though, because I don't think they watch the games. That's what I'm trying to get to the point of.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
I agree with
so
that.
we give our opinion because we watch the games. You feel what I'm saying? Like you watch it and you speak on what you watch. They don't watch the games. They're entertainers that go on there on a TV show, get a haircut, get makeup on, and go up there and talk off a cue cards of people talking in their ears. So they shouldn't be talking about the game. They should be reporters, like people that go talk about the news and all, and then they holler out to their reporter out on the spot and then saying, "What's up?" You're just a face. You're an entertaining face. That's what you should be. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, hey, your opinion, you can give your opinion if you did the research.
If you watch the game. There you go.
Yes, okay. If you did the research, then you can give your opinion. I don't think most of these people are doing the research to give an opinion. And they telling themselves all the time. You got Kendrick Perkins saying, bro, I ain't even watch a game, God play, but I've had hell of different opinions and videos of opinions on this player whenever I've seen him play before. Like, whoa, bro, what happened? I just saw him play for the first time. What were all them statements about?
What you getting paid to do then?
Hey, Shaq, I just saw him for the first time. Come on, Shaq, what were you doing then? Shaq, what are you doing?
Oh, man. Or your boy Stephen A playing solitaire during the finals.
Yeah.
I don't know when you said that. It reminded me when Shaq was arguing with he got that his podcast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who's like his host or whatever was saying something about. That's when they had T-Pain on there. Remember that clip that went viral, and he was bringing up like we were talking about, like, hey, let's talk about so many teams that a lot of people aren't talking about. At the time, it was Houston last year. They were winning games. Detroit was on the come up, and he was like, oh man, we'll talk about Detroit, man. They 10 games under 500. I was like, no, I don't think they're 10 games under 500. Right. He's like, man, they ain't winning no game, blah, blah, blah. He said, hold on, let me look this up real quick.
Maybe he said, bro,
like 6 games over 500. What are you talking about? And I said, when he said that, that's what I swear to you, King, that right there was a prime example of what I be talking about.
They tell him.
Like, my thing is, like, I'm starting to add, I'm gonna ask Shaq too. Like, Shaq, do you love the game?
I don't think he does anymore. That's why he don't talk positive about it.
Like, good point. That's a great point, really. Because I'm just like, I've said this a million times, bro. If it's something that you love, it's just like anything in life. It don't gotta be basketball. It could be anything. If you love video games, what you gonna do? You gonna continue to play them and learn them and get as many games as you can. Be as knowledgeable at the video game of the game that you're playing, all that type of stuff, right? It's what you do because you love that game.
Yep.
Anything that cars, whatever. Like, you want to learn how to build a car. You want to learn how the engine blocks, whatever. You want to learn about that so that way you have the knowledge of something that you love. That's in any aspect of life. So I'm sitting there. I always wonder when I hear these people say crazy stuff. It's like, you supposedly love this game. Some of the stuff that you say, it's like, bro, you way older than me, and I know that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not know that? Like, when I hear like Eddie Johnson saying what he was saying, like, bro, you played with the guy. You were there. You saw it live and in living color. How are you not knowledgeable about some of the stuff I just pulled up off of Google?
Ain't
I don't understand that.
You want to keep? I'm going to, I guess, I don't know, psychology or philosophy in a way. Thinking about this, NBA is the main black league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got the most haters, bro. And I don't even want to go deeper than that. You feel me? Like, if you know, you know. The way that it's haters, bro. Like,
let me think about this too, King. When this whole debate culture started, what sport did it start with?
NBA.
There you go. Because what was it? What was the first debate? Rings.
Yep.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about rings. That was the first debate, the first major debate that went kind of viral, and on social media and all that stuff. People started talking about rings. And then it started bleeding over to other aspects of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I would tell you, we don't hear this type of talk in the NFL. I ain't never heard nobody sitting there. I don't hear the old versus new when it comes to NFL, other than what I heard today in the Sharp talking about they don't do 2-a-days no more and all that stuff. But overall, we don't really hear the bickering between the old and the new like that.
There's like, Jordan didn't need more than 6 rings to be the greatest. They had already started calling Michael Jordan the greatest when he won his first three-peat. Yep. When he was in that situation, they were like, Jordan, this dude might be the greatest player of all time, because you saw that dude was the greatest. And this is what I want folks to know. Like, we use 6 rings because rings are winning. I tell folks all the time, I don't need to use rings to like talk about Michael Jordan. Like, without 6 rings, take away the 6 rings. Let's not even talk about nobody rings. When everybody talks about one player and they're like, bro, that player nice. He can cook him one-on-one. He can do this. He can do that. He can do whatever this is. I always tell folks, you know how you always got your questions. You got folks, Kyrie nice right now. He could really do this. He really nice as player pound for pound. You got your Kevin Durant, he can do this. He one-on-one, whatever. LeBron James and all that. There were so many great players back in the day. And like you always say, bro, there was no one close to Michael. Like, no one even thought that anybody else could play the game as great as Michael Jordan did when you saw him play. It's just the younger folks just haven't had the chance to watch Michael Jordan, bro, and it hurts them, and it's like they can't believe it. It's like it can't be true because we didn't see it. You feel me? It's like, nah, that can't be true. We didn't see that, so there's no way we seen LeBron. Look at this. It's like, oh, LeBron's great, Kobe great, right?
Think about this too. Whenever we talk about basketball of yesteryears, they constantly more highlight Michael Jordan, like you just said a minute ago, right? That's no disrespect to the other players, but you don't hear a lot about those other players until somebody say, "Oh, hey, don't forget such and such."
Yeah,
they'll add that in there. But overall, it's Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan. They can't believe it because, Liz, like you just said, who's the guy now, King?
Yeah,
we don't know. Every week is somebody else.
Yeah.
It's Ant one week, it was Ja one week, it was Shea one week, it was Jokic one week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many players, like you can't really pick, like you said before. There's really like no main face. People have their opinion of who it is.
There's no main style either.
That too. Like there's no definitive guy like it was with Jordan. Like I told you before, as a kid, it was literally Jordan and then everybody else.
And you can compare all these players to somebody that played during Jordan time. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It was all those, like, that's what, because Jordan is so, like magnified and all, like people forget about the other folks, like you said. But we've had folks that have been like these players that we see now, but they were the players back then as well. But Jordan just was so great that all of those archetypes didn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you saw the footwork, like we see Hakeem Olajuwon now. We're like, damn, somebody play like Hakeem Olajuwon. This is amazing, though. Hakeem played while Jordan was playing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you see guys that you say, oh, this big guy can shoot a little bit and all that stuff. He might play like David Robinson a little bit, might play like Patrick Ewing, whatever you think. Jordan played against those guys. They could not mess with Jordan. It was Jordan against everyone else. It was like nobody. Man, it's just crazy, bro. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just because you haven't seen it, because the greatest you've seen with your eyes is something you discount Wilt Chamberlain. Because there's no evidence of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. What do? They discredited it.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what you do is people. Because the game I saw was Kobe Bryant's 81 points. So, or Bam Adebayo's 83 points. So Wilt Chamberlain, man, hell no, he didn't get 100 points and all that. Why didn't he?
Hey, I've heard players saying that, King. I heard your boys from the Baja group or whatever the name of the podcast with Theo and Ray Feltman. They said, oh no, he didn't really get it because I didn't see it. I'm like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all supposed to be the ones that's supposed to be educating these folks. And you doing this. Now, guess what? They hear you saying that, yeah, you're right, Ray. He didn't get 100. Like, bro, what we doing? So
rest in peace to Mr. Russell, Mr. Bill Russell. He just passed within the last decade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did Bill Russell ever say that was a lie?
Nope.
And Bill Russell had the beef with Wilt Chamberlain and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
Did Bill Russell ever say that was a lie?
Nope. Did Kareem ever say it's a lie?
Nope. But Kareem was afterwards. But he would have saw it as a little boy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he would have heard the situation, all that stuff going on while he was a kid coming up and all that.
The reason why I also said that, because Kareem and Wilt had a real beef.
Yeah, they had beef.
They were spewing, information on each other, right? Within the media. Kareem could have simply brought that up in a podcast when you had a sit-down interview and said that. Like, hey, nah, he didn't really get that 100 yards. It's a lie.
Come on, bro.
You never heard Kareem say it.
Bro, he never said that about that. But then somebody said, who said just recently, Wilt got 100, saying that Bam got 83. See how they always try to discredit somebody now? Yeah, Wilt got 100 because I saw a Bam get 83. And then you thought nobody was gonna get over 81. You feel me? It's just so wishy-washy, bro. Like, it's just I can't stand this game sometimes, bro. So it ain't, and people say about them players, letting the players say the dumbest stuff too.
That's why I always tell you, bro. You heard me say this for years. I can't talk basketball with everybody, bro. I can't talk basketball with everybody. Because, like I said, a lot of people are going to only regurgitate what they heard somebody else say, bro. That's all they're going to do. It's easier for me to just hear you say it and I can say it than for me to actually take the time when I'm putting these graphics together. I'm sitting there looking stuff up, looking up information, finding it. So that way we can have something to lean on or whatever, right? Like it's easier for me to just listen to somebody say it than to actually do it myself.
Everybody that has basketball skill doesn't have basketball IQ. I'll leave it with that. They're two different things. That's why you can have coaches like Eric Spoelstra who played a little ball and all that stuff. He has a high basketball IQ. Yep. He may not be the most skilled guy, but he has a high basket because it's still a game. At the end of the day, it's a game. You just put it's like having players on the board and all that stuff. You just have them play like an NBA game on the couch or whatever, playing 2K and all. It's just knowing how to play the game is just more difficult and more, you feel me, roles and all when you're playing it in real life. And Eric Spoelstra has a great NBA mind. That doesn't mean he's one of the greatest players of all time. It's been a bunch of people like that. There's a lot of players, shout out, no disrespect to like a guy like J.R. Smith. He's not thought of as having the greatest basketball IQ, but the guy is gifted as hell. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He probably wouldn't be the greatest coach based off of what he would be, bro. I don't know. I'm not trying to knock him, but I'm just saying my thought process, I wouldn't pick him and saying that JR gonna be a coach or something like that, because that wouldn't be him. So it's a difference. I want people to understand that. And that's where the legends are the legends, the ones that can meet in between the athleticism and the IQ or whatever like that. But that's two different things. There are people that that's why saying folks because they ain't played the game can't call a game. That's bull. That's bull. I think I can debate this game against some players that played the game.
Matter of fact, I was going to give you, like you said, Eric Spoelstra didn't play it. He didn't touch no NBA court.
No.
Who would you rather hear talk about basketball, Eric Spoelstra or
Gilbert Arenas
or Kendrick Perkins?
Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, okay. But one played in the NBA though.
Shout out to Gilbert, man. I don't have a problem with Gilbert. Yes, I do. As far as calling the game, you be part of this too, Gilbert.
Oh yeah, he is. His whole crew. But yeah, man. That was just a little something, man. I kind of want to talk about. I was bringing this up because the MVP debate we talked about on Friday, man. That's what kind of got me into this. Want to talk about this because now, like you said, you starting to send me stuff. People out here moonwalking out here, man, backtracking. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. That type of stuff makes me mad because it's like you wait until the hype is up here and now you want to start paying attention.
Yeah,
what were you watching the game back 2-3 months ago?
It don't. My thing is the line. So mine is the line of what quantifies an MVP, right? And I know you talked about that before and all that stuff, but like we've gotten to the point where they're saying, dude shoots the ball a little bit more efficiently with less stats all across the board. Like it's not like other guys shooting the ball like at 40% and all that stuff. He's like shooting a good percentage. We're saying because this guy has less points, less rebounds, less assists, all that stuff.
Less steals.
Yep, less steals, everything. But shoots the ball a little bit more efficiently. That means he's the MVP. I ain't never heard no nonsense like that before, bro. I ain't never that's what we going off of.
And listen, this is the thing, King. This is based off of that F word I've been using. People's feelings. This is what this is. Because I've told you this before. People move these goalposts with these narratives. There's, like you just said, there is no definitive. This is what it takes to be MVP. Now, King, growing up, I told you that before. Growing up, we always talked about if you take this person off this team, how much is that team affected by this person being off this team, right? How much is he contributing to the team to the point that it's like, yo, he is the most valuable player in the league. Now we look at little cute stats. We look at, hey, man, who's being talked about the most? You know what I'm saying? Like, and every time I keep bringing him up, I bring up Luka. I'm sorry. The fact that we hear a guy like Luka, right? If the MVP won for this reason, let's use for example. The Embiid won the MVP a few years back because he led the league in scoring. Luka turned around and do it the next year. Crickets. Okay. Your boy Jokic wins one year because of advanced analytics, something I've never heard before in my life. I've never heard in my life, King, watching the NBA my whole entire life, somebody winning because of advanced analytics. We heard a man on live TV say that's why he's going to win. Okay, cool. What did Luka do the next year? Advanced analytics. Crickets. Luka has the most unstoppable season in recorded history. A damn near 34-point triple-double. He's averaging on damn near 50%, nearly 40% from three. You know what I'm saying? Lead top 1 or 2 in steals. Had the most craziest season of all time, right? Crickets, but guess what?
And won 50 games.
And won 50 games with injuries and everything included.
Yep.
Your boy Shea goes in here and has a streak of 20 points in a row over the last like 2-3 seasons. But guess what? That's a historical season. We got to reward him for that,
bro.
And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about this stuff. Like you said, there's no definitive anything. I'm not saying like you got to have to check these boxes off, but it's like, bro, like if okay, first, like I said, let's look at this player. If you take him off the team, let's start with that first, right? Then you start kind of breaking it down to what's that record when he's not there? How much, like you said before, how much he's contributing to this team, which you talked about in the last episode. The fact that Luka is generating how many points just for being on the court. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. Like that's the type of stuff you look at when you look at an MVP, but they don't do that.
Shea,
that's too much work, King. That's too much work.
So I don't want to hate on Shea. Shea's having an incredible season.
No. It's ain't about Shea. I'm just saying in
general. I know. Not you. I said before I say what I'm saying.
No.
Before I say what I'm saying.
People start killing me in the comments. You know
before I say what I'm saying, I don't want to kill Shea. Shea's having an incredible season, right?
Yes.
I don't feel like Shea's season this year better than last season, right? And if last season was supposed to be historic, when I didn't think it was historic, but they compared it to Michael Jordan and said it was just like that and all. So, okay. So because of the steals and all that stuff, it was with the efficiency, something, whatever. It was historic, so they rewarded him for that. If this year his numbers aren't as historic, because it isn't a historic season, why are we finding ways to give it to him? So he seems like he should be the second place finisher. Let me give you a different like analogy to show you what I mean, right? Karl Malone. When we talk about Karl Malone in Utah, who would think Karl Malone is more better than Michael Jordan? Karl Malone was more efficient than Michael Jordan, probably the second best scorer in the league. Most of those freaking years that was going on when Jordan got the MVP. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jordan would get an MVP for scoring, being the scoring leader and all that stuff. Karl Malone was usually number 2 with a higher field goal percentage, like Shea is right now. Correct to Luka. They didn't give it to Shea. I mean, to Karl Malone, they give it to Michael Jordan. Then Karl Malone got it that 1 year they talk about. Okay. It's another season I just had in my brain. I was like, damn, Joker, crazy year, whatever. The year that Embiid won his. I think Joker was more efficient than Embiid that year.
Yeah, I think he shot like 63% from the field or something crazy.
But Embiid scored more points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who they get an MVP to?
Embiid
that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joker was the number 2 because it wasn't a historic year. It wasn't one of the years we actually averaged a triple-double or nothing like that. So it was like, bro, you're not saying historic because it's not really as historic. You have not given Luka. It's like Luka 2 years ago, I told you, probably was the best year of his career, still including right now, technically. The year he was like snubbed is still counted against him as, you feel what I'm saying, like a year where he already did something historic. So now those numbers not as historic because he already did a historic and you didn't reward him. You feel what I'm saying? Like when he did the historic.
So now what they gonna say, King? We've seen it already before.
Well, yeah, like when you saw the historic,
I'm never gonna be able to pass it then.
Points generated. It was like, bro, that was right there, and you said no. He got you the most points since Tiny Archibald, or even more than Tiny. I think it was 2 years ago or whatever. And they did not give him the MVP. He was the 4th seed, made it up that far, had 50 wins, and they did not give him the MVP. And he made the finals that year. It's crazy to say. He made the finals that year. This year now, it's like, bro, because you got to get to 35 points a game. That's basically what you got to get to. And I think, you know what's wild? Have you realized that his numbers been going down a little bit on the other stuff, like rebounds? Have you noticed his rebounds been dropping some?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to get to like 35. I think he's trying to outdo and outscore what he did 2 years ago. If he can do that, and because he needs something, and it's crazy because 2 years ago was a crazy season, and they didn't reward him, and he got to beat that to get an MVP. That's better than what Shea's doing right now. And people don't want to talk about that, but that wasn't rewarded. So it's crazy, bro. It's like, damn, bro, you got to get 35. So hey, 35 to get this MVP.
Hey, you the standards that you got to meet, nobody else has to do that.
No.
Like I said, you could come up with this small little example of why he could be MVP. Oh, 20-point games in a row. Oh, that's it.
When the
MVP.
hell was best play on the best team? Always now everybody want to yell at now.
Luka, you need this. Did you do that yet? Nope, you didn't do that one either. So this.
Why Shaq when he got one MVP?
Yep.
Why Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown have an MVP?
Of course.
I'm just trying to figure out best play on the best team. I mean, Cade would have been the best player to been guaranteed the MVP.
Yeah, of course.
But now all this stuff that we usually use against people trying to get MVPs, Shea getting it in his favor. Does that make sense?
I told you that. The same thing with Jokic. Jokic the same way. It's like, wait, so Jokic gets that benefit, but Luka don't get it? Like, I'm confused.
We are so in the midst of this. Oh my gosh. The dude is broken Wilt Chamberlain 20-point record, which is amazing, right? Again, I don't want to diminish what is amazing. That is incredible. Mm-hmm. Why are we glorifying that, though, when he doesn't lead the league in 25-point games, 30-point games, 35-point games, 40-point games, 45-point games, 50-point games? Why are we
got 60? Go ahead.
Is he the most 60? No, because Bam got a 62. So they will be tied, right?
Tied.
So, but why would they that don't make sense? It's like, well, bro, why are we glorifying the dude with the 20s when this dude outdoing him and everything else and outscoring him in general? Like, I think Luka has missed. At first, Shea was the leading total points guy in the league. Like, Luka was points per game, but Shea was total points because Luka had missed games and all that stuff.
Games, yeah.
Luka, way past him in that now, as far as total points. He's caught him and past him, bro. These little 40-point games that Shea be throwing up be nothing, bro. When they come behind Luka games, that looks like, bro, 40 points. Like, again, not to be disrespectful, 40 points is still 40 points, bro. Luka has never lost a game where he's gotten 45 plus. Where's that historic feat? Where's that historic feat, bro? That's crazy. But he's a chucker. That's narrative. You feel what I'm saying? But he's a chucker of the ball. That's a narrative. Why would you say he's a chucker of the ball that just shoots the ball a bunch of times to get points when he's unbeaten when he does get a bunch of points?
There you go. That's all part of the narrative we did. That's why I say it's the lazy narrative. Do I need to show you what they said about the narratives again? The hot takes and which is our spicy narratives over actual analysts.
I still think we're gonna win though. At the end of the day, I know I'm crazy. I know I'm almost willing to bet my house on it.
Listen to me, man. I hope you're right, King. I really do.
I think he is, bro. I think at the end of the day, and it's gaining traction and all that. So I think he is. I think he's gonna win.
What I'm scared of is Luka does not have a room to mess up, right?
Mm-hmm.
They lost tonight by 3. You know,
mm-hmm.
they lost it in the crunch time, but they do have the best record in crunch time. Where they lost to Detroit by 3. But I'm scared of stuff like that. It's like they're going oh well, there it is. He's not the MVP. It's like, but you didn't give that same to anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
No. So this is what it comes down to, and I'm really going to tell you this. They play OKC 2 times at the end of the year. The Lakers have the number 3 seed basically locked up. It's done, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not going higher.
Unless they lose every game all the way.
Yes, but they're not going higher and they're not going lower, right? They're number 3. That's they're the 3rd seed. You're worrying about who's going to be 6th seed at this point. You got to beat OKC in them last 2 games. You got to win both of them. If Luka wins both of them and puts on a performance, he's the MVP because he locked at 3. He's in the conversation now. Let's go. It's them 2. The season to the end now. It's. I know they talk about that Wemby game. Wemby's 3rd, a distant 3rd right now. It's Shea and it's Luka right now. Luka beats Shea. They're gonna have them games probably be flexed on TV if they're not already on TV.
Probably.
And yeah, Luka got to go beat Shea. If he can beat him 2 times, it's a wrap. I think Luka got it. I think it's gonna come down to that. That's how close it is now, and he still have 2 games to play. Usually, when it's that close and you still got 2 games to play, it comes down to them games.
What if they split?
If they split it, Shea probably get it. Luka got to beat him twice. I'm serious, and I know that sounds crazy. It's like, damn, OKC got to beat them twice.
It ain't crazy. Like I said,
he has to beat them
Luka
twice.
always gotta have this. You know,
he does. It's right there. I'm telling you where the line is, though. I'm right now. I know that the NBA is not going to tell you, but I'm trying to tell you right now. I think the finish line, is to beat OKC twice when you see them both times at the end of the season. So then people will go in the playoffs saying, you know, Luka beat them last time. The last time they lost was against Luka, and they would think that Luka and them got a chance to beat them again if they played them in the playoffs. You have to beat them twice.
But you got to have the refs lead the refs out of it, King.
Hey, bro, if you got to beat OKC and the refs, you got to beat them. I'm telling you, hey, listen, I don't know what it's going to be.
If he beat OKC in the refs, get that man MVP, though.
There you go. That's what I'm telling you. That's what it's going to be. He gonna have to go Super Saiyan.
What I need them to say that. Don't say, oh, he beat OKC. No. I need them to say he beat OKC and the refs.
You'll know.
That's how he won MVP. That's what I want to hear. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and turn the page, man, and get into these question comments, man. We call it night, man.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes. The challenge, or so he thought, he had about $150 to work with. Now, in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
All right. Shout out to Sean. He says, good topic. Appreciate you, Sean. Jesus.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Daniel Burry, Glow Yard member. He said, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. What up, Daniel Burry? Sean also says, wants you guys to cover the NBA's indirect conspiracies against Scottie Pippen. NBA conspiracy to prop Jordan's legacy during his gap year and to propel Kobe and Shaq when Scottie was in Portland. Hey, I told you, Sean, talk to us when the offseason, after the season is over. Like, that'll be a good topic to have when that's going on and all. But I talk about Scottie and how things would have changed. Scottie had the keys to change a whole bunch of things. What, like, just if he got to the finals that year, when he didn't get to the finals after Jordan left, having a 50-something win team, it would hurt Jordan's legacy. What you mean?
What could he have won that year?
Oh, MVP. He almost got the MVP that year. Yeah, that would have changed the whole legacy thing. And like you said, Portland. If he'd went to Portland and he'd have beat Kobe and Shaq, they should have beaten all that stuff, and then maybe wouldn't have won a championship. Things would have been different. But every time, I feel like Scottie, every time he had the chance, he just failed. And you got to get the job done, as my guy Trick Williams would say. Shout out to Sylvester. He says, what's up, Relle and King? What up? I've been listening to y'all since We Talk Mavs, and I respect y'all's basketball analysis. I listen to podcasts like y'all's rather than First Take or ESPN or even former players. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm with you, Sylvester. I told King this years ago, because King really the one who kind of got me into listening to other people and stuff. I really think I probably listened to like 2 or 3 podcasts or whatever, and then I started kind of just scouring the I can't say the interwebs. It was YouTube. That's why I started. That's how I ran into like Freezy and you know Demond and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of finding other people, man. And it is not just because they cover other teams. Like a lot of times, man, you got to kind of people. I respect their opinions and stuff like that too, man. They're pretty knowledgeable about the game also too. That's what I like too. Like
you can tell who really loves the game. Love the game. Who actually love the game and all, and you'd be like, it's not even about the team you like. Like I can talk to a fan of any team. You feel me? Like it don't matter if you know the game. You feel me? Like we can talk about, you can have your favorite players. You can be from some place. Obviously, people from places, they're gonna have their favorite teams or whatever like that. But hell, you from Dallas. You feel me? I'm all the way over here in Baltimore. I've seen stuff over here in Baltimore. Probably you've never seen it, vice versa. You feel? Stop that.
Right. Sorry, my fingers were itching.
Please stop that. But like I said, though, bro, I can talk basketball with you and all. Like, it's just certain people that love the game, and when you get your algorithm changed, like that's what it was about, getting ESPN out your algorithm, getting other folks, other opinions, and then your algorithm will change to different teams. You're like, oh, okay, this is another team's channel, whatever like that. All right, I see that. I like that, but that's what it is, bro. Shout out to other podcasters too, bro. We trying to take this over. Sylvester also says the media today is just a copy and paste take fest. It's like they hear what other people say, so they just say that. Perfect example is when they talk about Luka's defense. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people watch stuff. I think a lot of people, real talk. This I don't have for educational purposes only. Go ahead, bro. Say it, please, real quick.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish.
For educational purposes only. I think a lot of these major media places take stuff from small media and then just run along with it from what they heard and all that stuff. But that's just me. I have no evidence. I'm just saying.
So all this revenue they have, and you know what I'm saying, is they got ways of finding stuff that we don't know about and all that, right? But they still do a lot of copying and pasting. Gotcha. You remember that one episode, bro? I proved that theory. And I played a bunch of clips of people literally saying the same thing, but just in kind of different ways. Remember that? I played that clip. I put a clip together, and I said, "This is what I be talking about right here." You know what I'm saying? And now, what like you just said, what is everybody saying now about Luka? Everybody got the same opinion now. Oh, what's wrong about Luka? Oh, my bad, Luka. Yeah, Luka this. Look at that. Whatever. I'm like, bro. So all y'all have this epiphany? Like, what's happening?
I tell
oh my God. Go ahead.
I tell folks all the time, bro. You gotta be willing to stand for your opinion, bro. Like, it shouldn't. No one else's opinion should control your opinion. That's how I always feel. I will sit on this show all day, and the whole glow yard will try to roast me and say, "You feel me? Nah, hell no. You there's no way." And then once it happens, I'm sitting here like, "You feel me? Y'all told me there was no way and all that stuff. I'm still gonna stand on it." Pause. And like the media today, they don't do that. They wait for somebody or some situation when they should be saying it all. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Shout out to people that told me that Luka couldn't get in shape. Remember? They told me they looked at me. Well, they don't say they looked at me. I couldn't see them. And they just kept typing, his body. You see his dad and all that stuff. And this and this. I'm like, bro, he's a human being. Yes, he can be. And you see him now and all. Everybody talking about
been in shape all year long.
And then seeing him from now and all that stuff. Like, wow. And I'm looking at Luka now. When you see that picture that last year, you're like, damn, Luka actually. It's starting to become normal in your head now. Like, you're seeing Luka to be the Luka that he is now and all. It's becoming a regular, like, damn, Luka in shape now and all. But that's what it is, bro. Everybody want to follow.
Nah, for me, bro, it was the fact that I got mad because I'm like, Luka's, we see the dude putting up stupid numbers. Like the year he'd had his historic season, he wasn't considered, quote unquote, in shape.
No.
I'm like, so what? Y'all really just making an excuse. Like, he putting up better numbers than guys who are in shape.
Yep. So imagine if he was in shape.
Why is he putting up better numbers in shape? Not in shape. I said that when people kept saying it. I'm like, bro, but yet the dude is still putting up some historic numbers, not in shape.
Yep.
Over a guy who's supposed to be better than him.
And then people find
across the boards.
And then people find ways to cope and give up on them and all that. So I'm like, bro, I've never seen the place 25 and a dude ain't even 30 yet. That's what was my thing. Like, that's crazy that everybody said, and he just taken him to the finals 2 years ago. But it is what it is, bro. I can't believe that the organization made them think that way. That's what makes me mad at sometimes. They won again. That's how I feel. Sylvester also says, I guarantee Stephen A. Smith don't watch a full basketball game and analyze it, I should say. Skip Bayless, and I don't know why people still listen to him too. He does nothing but hate watching players. Facts.
Yeah, he's hating on Luka on that was it the game winner?
Yeah,
just hating him on it. I was like, well, no, he's hating on him on the technical foul being rescinded.
It is what it is, bro. He did get it rescinded by being the face of the league and all at Lakers. He shouldn't have got that one rescinded. He did. So here's my thing. He tried to tell the ref before, and so the ref didn't do his job. But at the same time, once he did what he did and did the stuff and got the tech, he should have got a tech for what he did. Like, he was yelling at the dude and all that stuff. He was calling, gestures and all. But he got it rescinded. It is what it is. Luka he missed the rescinded tech.
He said Mr. Rescinded.
L Glowyard member. She said, "You guys spitting nothing but facts. I just ordered a shirt for my Captain Crown t-shirt collection. Appreciate you, L.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you already know what to do. Post it. Let us know which one you got.
Yes, ma'am. She says ESPN used to be great back in the day because they would just show highlights and that was great. Now I do not watch them. I can deal with the talking heads. I can't deal with the talking heads there now. And she says, can't wait to see how the Lakers loss get thrown around in the morning.
That's what I was just saying.
I mean, they shouldn't have lost to Detroit though without Cade, but bro. So here's my thing. What's up?
Why did they put your boy Maxi Kleber in on that last play?
Well, they wanted to lose. So you shouldn't have.
Whoa.
But they still the number one team in the East. They still a good team either way. And you just won 9 in a row. At some point, you're gonna lose. Like I tell people, people.
No, hold on.
Not you. No, to you. I'm talking about
No. What I was gonna say was what you're saying. That's what somebody with logic would say.
Yeah.
I keep telling you this stuff. What you're saying, King, that's logical. You're thinking logical. Do you really think ESPN gonna think that way? Hold on. They lost. He fifth in MVP vote. It's like, bro.
What
really?
was the score?
Well, 113-110.
I think they fine. I don't think ESPN gonna crucify. I think they just lost.
We'll see.
I don't think it mattered that much. As I said, the games y'all need to be promoting right now is OKC versus LA. If y'all worried about that, and that's it. I'm telling you, he win both of those games and show off, like embarrass Shea. Like you've been embarrassing Ant and all of them guys when you be playing against them and all.
So in other words, you saying embarrass him like he did in the playoffs?
He ain't embarrassed him in the playoffs. He didn't embarrass him in the playoffs.
He embarrassed somebody in the playoffs.
I said, Shea scored more than Luka in the playoffs, didn't he?
No, I think Luka scored more.
You sure? Because Luka was trash at the beginning. Remember? That was the year we went to the finals. That was Luka worse. One of Luka's worst playoff kind of performances.
Thank you, King. Now you got me looking it up.
Remember, he was rough, and we was like, "Damn, what's going on, Luka?" And especially against the Clippers and all, because Kyrie helped out the Clippers, and Luka joined in later on in the season. Towards the second half of the Thunder series, that's when Luka got back in the groove.
I thought the Clippers series was his worst.
No, the second half, he didn't get back into the groove until the second half of the series. Even one of the games, I think he got a low point triple double against OKC and all.
I thought that was a series that what's the boy name that Kyrie went off in.
Yeah, no, Kyrie went off in the Clippers. Remember, Kyrie didn't do good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't do well in the PJ Washington. PJ Washington the one that.
Well, no. What I'm saying, I thought that Kyrie would play good against the Clippers, but then Luka didn't have his best in that series.
No, he didn't. But Luka had a better series than Kyrie in the second series against the Thunder, but he wasn't better than Shea though as far as scoring. Shea was Mr. 30 every game still.
I don't even know what to look this up on.
Because 2020, he was still messing on that banged up knee. Remember, Lou Dorton always jumping his leg.
Did. Yeah, I remember that. That's the one where did somebody on the Clippers do it too?
Was that Russell Westbrook that year?
Yeah, that was Westbrook. That was the stand on business.
Washington stood on business. Yeah, so I say that PJ against the Thunder. No, Luka went off. The only series Luka really went off was Minnesota. He went at Rudy Gobert. Oh my goodness, bro! He was just
that was your boy Snoop in him out there talking noise.
Yeah, man. Jeez, but yeah, that's it.
Let me see if I got to make sure I got everything. Listen, appreciate y'all, man. Rocking with your boys for another one. We'll be back here on Wednesday. All right, for more NBA content. Do us a favor if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Join us here for these conversations plus more NBA talk. Like I said, I think they got 2 more weeks, right?
Yeah, something like that. That's we real close to the playoffs.
Yeah, we got about 2 more weeks until we get to the playoffs, y'all. So the playoffs are right around the corner. So we're gonna kind of see teams kind of shaping up now. We're gonna start really seeing people solidify their place in the standings and all that type of stuff.
It's about to slow down.
Yeah,
slow down, bro.
So
we're about to have days we have nothing.
Oh man, this is the life. No Rick Ross. Listen, but yeah, listen, man. Like I said, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Everybody hit them likes. Don't matter what team you're rooting for, man. We talk about all these NBA teams on this channel, man. So y'all guys can follow us over here, help us grow this NBA community of a melting pot of NBA fans like yourselves, y'all. Also, too, man, if you want to become a member of the channel, shout out to Elle. She was in the comment section. Simply hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button, man. Join us here for these conversations every Friday morning. We have a show dedicated to the members on Friday mornings. Also with other perks and stuff like that too for the channel. Like with Elle. I hope you use that discount to get your gear. Being a member of the channel, you get a permanent discount for being a member of the channel. So also too, man, do me a favor, follow me, BA, Big J, and Cuz on Cuz We Geeks, where we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Daredevil comes out tomorrow, man. I cannot wait. First episode, season 2 of Daredevil Born Again drops tomorrow. We're gonna have a I guess you call it like a post game type of recap of that episode tomorrow evening. Also gonna talk about the first 3 episodes of Invincible. We'll talk about that too. Those episodes are gonna be every Wednesday, so we're gonna probably talk about those shows. We forgot to do it this Saturday, so we're gonna talk about the shows every Saturday for Invincible since it drops on Wednesday. I think Invincible is going to drop on Wednesdays. I think The Boys are going to drop on Thursdays next week. So we'll talk about The Boys and Invincible on Saturdays, and we'll talk about Daredevil Born Again season 2 on Tuesday. So but tomorrow we'll talk about Invincible and we'll talk about Daredevil tomorrow. So if y'all watch both of those episodes, y'all come on over there and join us for the conversation. Like I said, we talk about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all them good things. So follow us over there on Cuz We Geeked, man. We talk about all things geek related. King, is there anything else I'm forgetting?
Share, more share, guys. Please do. Also follow myself, Queen, Travis, BA, and sometimes Devin on We Talk Combat. So we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. I like to call us the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. We do watch-alongs damn near every day, but Sundays, and on Sundays we do review shows for the weekly product of WWE. Some boxing and some MMA as well, if that happens. So coming over there, if you're into that type of stuff, give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you over there. Well, any day, tomorrow, but definitely Sunday for the recap videos. We'll see you over here for this show again on Wednesday, and we appreciate y'all as well for over here too. So I should say.
Yes, sir, man. Like you said, man, this is Cap and Crown, where we talk about all things NBA related, man. We'll catch y'all here again on Wednesday, same Cap time, same Crown channel.
No cap.
Cap and Crown, King. Listen, I think the only person whose votes I trust when it comes to postseason awards is Kendrick Perkins.